everyone, it's Brianna Ray from BriIY, here to bring you another video. Today, I am going to be attempting to do something I have never quite done before, but I'm sure many people have. I'm actually certain other people have. Obviously, I have my 3D printer that I have been kind of messing around with the last couple of months, maybe. And I was browsing the very many websites where you can download 3D models to produce items out of your 3D printer, and I found a very convincing Funko Pop base. It built up like kind of upside down like this, and it had these supports that made his face really raggedy, so I don't know if that's exactly really what I wanted. And I feel like I will need to kind of sand him down a little bit just to smooth him out, but I wanted to see if I can kind of make my own little custom Funko Pop guy after 3D printing him. So I'm actually going to go run this under my rotary tool with a nice sanding bit on it and just smooth out his face a little bit, and then I'm going to pull some clay out and we're going to see what we can do. Alright, it is not perfect, but it is definitely much better than it was, and I feel like I'm in a good place. You can definitely tell it's a little bumpy, but I feel like I am ready to give this a start. So really all I'm going to be sculpting onto this is some hair and maybe like some sort of outfit, maybe more so sleeves than anything, because I feel like I'm just going to paint kind of clothes on. Obviously, polymer clay is not an option because this is plastic, so it will melt if I try to bake it on, but air dry clay is an option. I still have a bunch of this Dollar Tree clay left over, so I believe this is what I'm going to be using. I feel like my voice has a strange quality to it today, and I can't fully figure out why. I also think I should get a small glass of water so I can dampen this as I go. Let me grab that. There we go. Just a little bit to keep her going. I feel like I'm just gonna go for kind of like short, spiky hairdo. I don't know how much clay I'm gonna need for that though. So let's grab this bit, dip my fingers, and just kind of start working a little bit of moisture into this air dry clay so that it doesn't have as many cracks in it. And I'm okay if I get a little bit of this kind of brown color on the figure because I'm going to be painting over it eventually anyway. I feel like this is going to turn into like a wig situation, and I'm totally going to have to glue it down after it dries because I don't see this sticking super well. I was about to say for whatever reason, but I feel like we'll know the reason. Yeah, let's just kind of mold this all around the head first and then build from there, because I feel like it's a bad idea to do anything else. Now it's kind of like an awkward bowl cut. It's getting dry again, so I'm just gonna dampen it back up, fix any crusty parts. Alright, so I've got this clay tool. I love these two little like pieces at the end here, and I'm just kind of gonna follow them up, pat in any scraggly parts. Now I think I'm just gonna kind of come around the sides and really sharpen up these edges. I feel like I would just like to make them very, very straight, almost like a side shaved cut. I need to really get in there with a nail even, kind of scrape that straight line in there. I think I'd like to continue these texture lines all the way up through to the top here, and I'm actually going to wet this a little bit so that it doesn't drag as much, just because I feel like it makes a difference in the way that it accepts the texture. Go get in there, tap down any of the excess. This guy. The only other thing that I'd want to add is glasses, but I feel like I would rather paint them on than sculpt them on, especially in this size. I don't know. I'm gonna try to roll out some skinny rolls of clay and see if that's even an option, but I'm feeling like this might just be the move, and it'll dry and we'll come back to it tomorrow. Well, I tried to sand his hair a little and it had popped off, so I'm gonna glue it back on. That's just a nice little hot glue action here. Kind of like a little hair piece. I hope that does it. Oh, that ought to do it. And I got a nice collection of paints here. I'm just gonna start with a skin tone all over everything, and we'll go from there. Just gonna dip into just this peach color, and I'm gonna start layering up all the way around. I am gonna paint over the hair as well, so I'm not gonna be crazy picky about how neat this first layer is, because I'm gonna go in with more detailed brushes later. All I wanna be sure I do though is make sure that there's no streaks where streaks don't need to be. So I'm gonna hyperlapse through the majority of this painting, and I will come back closer to the end. Alright, I actually think everything's looking really good. I haven't decided if I actually want to add highlights in the eyes or not. I'm leaning towards no, because I didn't love the way they looked the first time, and especially now that I have the glasses in there, I don't know if it's right. But, oh gosh, it's just the tiniest little blank spot in where his pant leg should be. I'm just gonna clean that up really quickly, because it will bother me. I don't even know when that happened, because I could have sworn I checked for those. It's definitely one thing I don't love about working with 3D paintings is, you know, you might miss some spots, but I really wanted to add like a nice light brown kind of in here, so I decided I'm gonna find like this, not my scraggliest brush, it's not really the word I wanted to use, but one that's maybe a little more fluffy, I guess. And I want a dry brush, like a lighter brown in there, to kind of add this hair texture. I've never done this before, but I want to see if it'll work. Yeah, I tried it. It's fine. I think he looks good. He's really, really cute. I'm gonna go grab an acrylic clear coat, and I'm gonna give him a spray. And we are going to go from there. I'm afraid I don't really have a good way to grip him. Maybe by the toe, perhaps, while I spray. I'm just afraid I'm gonna put him in a weird spot, but I do want to give him a nice little glossy coat. So that's what we're gonna do. Will he fall? Probably. Alright, and we wait 10 minutes between coats, so I'll put a second coat on and he should be good to go, but I think he's looking pretty good. And there we have it. My first ever DIY Funko. I'm going to just straight up ask my husband if he wants little dots in it. He actually collects Funkos. I made this for him. It is him. It's kind of designed after his Bitmoji a little bit. This was a lot of fun. I think I've learned a lot about what I can and should be using. And I think I've learned also that I would love for this to be normal size. Normally I think Funkos are about 4 inches. This guy's only about like 1.5 inches. It did only take about 1.5 hours to print in the 3D printer. The full ones take about 8 hours. And I think I'd like to try that next for sure. So thank you for watching. If you liked what you saw, feel free to like and subscribe. I put out new videos every Sunday at noon Eastern Standard Time, and I would love for you to be here for the next one. Thanks again so much, and I hope to see you then. Bye.